I decided to come back on here. I just had somebody tell me or try to shame me for my video of the damage I may have done to this fella, okay? The name of Wes, that came down there to look at the property where Mr. Crook lived. Now, what I did put on here was his past criminal record. And when I put it on there, I wasn't aware how old it was, or the fact that, as he says, that he has cleaned his act up and is not doing those things anymore. That doesn't change the fact that he was guilty over 8 years ago of some of these things that he was convicted of, okay, including selling things to children. And I'm not sure why that happened then and how he was able to overcome his habits. But I'm going to take his word for it that he has. But I want to answer to this person about what you think I may have done to this fellow's reputation. Now, one thing I didn't express yesterday, and I probably should have, because the instant that guy walked on that property, or alongside of the exterior of that property, knowing what these people were like, knowing that they, on at least 2 other occasions, had a weapon that they displayed and waved at somebody, knowing that there may be some mental issues with the people that live there. He didn't come down there naive. And he admits that he had been following the channel about this and purposely went to that property. Now, I assume that he was probably curious. But I'm asking you this. You're pointing fingers at me. You know who you were, okay? All right? Yeah, you. About disparaging this guy's reputation. Here's what my question for you is. Do you have children? If so, would you go there and visit that property? Now, when I was raising my children, I would have never, ever put them in a situation like that and go to somebody's property knowing that they may have a weapon of destruction that they have shown and waved before. Why would you do that? Is that somebody that has a wish not to be alive? Would you put your children in that situation? Tell me now. You pointed a finger at me. I want to know. What do you feel about putting children in that situation? And don't tell me that it was the person on that property's fault. They're not the ones that made that decision to bring a child over there and let them walk around that property. The parent is charged with making sure his family is safe, providing a safe environment for him, and a good parent would never take their child and subject them to something like that. Now, for all this time, all you guys out there that find reason to attack everybody that says one thing, whether it's truth or not, about this situation in Otter Creek, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're going to point the finger at people like me that try to bring the truth to the tube. And yet, when you put yourself knowingly in danger, you point the finger and smoke the other way. To say I'm upset is not even beginning to tell you how upset I was. They have the audacity to try to tell me what kind of a bad guy I am. Well, I'm the kind of guy that protects my children, and I do not put them in a situation like that. And I won't put my children in a situation like that. You tell me. I want to know. You want to throw rocks? I want to know just how you feel about that situation. Do you, answer this for me, do you think that you would put your child in the way of danger knowing what's going on there? This guy admittedly knew the property and the people that were there. Now tell me, would you do that? And why would you do it? Why would you bring your child to that particular property where people are known to have weapons of destruction and subject your child to that kind of danger? Now, don't tell me that I'm all wet or I'm wrong. I guarantee you one thing, I'm not. The Lord gives us the right to be a parent and asks us to raise that child up and to protect him and feed him and clothe him. And we do that to him? You tell me. Now, how many of you have repeated how you feel about the safety of the child that is on the other side of that fence? How many times have you said you're worried about the danger that child is in? Or the way what those parents might do to that child? And what they're doing to that child? And you bring your child to this thing? Are you sick? I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with you for bringing up something like that. That I disparaged this guy and made a bad reputation for him. He did that by his own, whatever his wants were for going there. I don't care what was curiosity or anything else. He knew what could be happening there. And you want to know the best part? He drove down the thing there. The guy yelled at him. He goes back to find out what it's all about. He turned around and came back. You tell me, if you thought that there was something wrong with that guy, would you go there? No. I would hope not. If you would, no, I would not have anything to do with you. I would never trust you with my child in any way. Never. I wouldn't trust you with my child 10 years from now if you ever dared put my child in danger like that. Now, I don't know where the mother of that child was or if that was the mother of the child that was in the car. I have no idea. What a traumatic thing to put a child through. That child's going to remember that the entire life. And I'm not the one that made it that way. I didn't do that. And that parent, you're telling me I might have just ruined his life? His family? What in the world are you thinking of? What did this guy do? You tell me. I hope you're ashamed of yourself. You point the finger at me and you point it in the wrong way. Use your head a little bit. A responsible parent does not do that. Wow. I am completely disappointed in those who point the finger in the wrong direction. Completely disappointed. You know, I pointed out the words of the people over there from time to time. And I get beat up over it. But I'm not the one that spoke the words. I point the words out. You know, I spent a lifetime going through things. I do have experience with a lot of things. And I've always done the right thing with my children to the best of my knowledge and the best of my ability. And to this day, I would run to their side to protect them. I would have no problem giving my life up so my child could live longer. None. I truly love my children, and I prove it because I have always stood between them and anything that would even be construed as danger. I'm disgusted with some of the sick people out there. You know, I don't conduct myself in the same manner as some people out there do. I don't beat and beat and beat on people. Just because you think you're right doesn't mean that the Lord looks at it in that manner. There are a lot of ways to handle things. And I like to do mine in a different manner. And I'm putting up a video about how I handled a situation, a bad situation, and a situation that cost me a tremendous amount of money. And I was able to walk away from the whole thing with a clear conscience without doing damage in any way. You know, if the Lord has your heart and you listen to it, He will guide you in the right direction and how to handle those situations. Now, I hope the Lord didn't see how mad I just got, because that's not a good thing. But I'm upset because people can't see the truth. Now, I'm sorry that I brought up this guy's past. It doesn't change the past. He's changed, and I'm taking his word for it. The fact that he doesn't have the good sense to be a good parent, well, that's between him and the Lord, I guess. I didn't make him the way he is. I didn't ask him to bring that child over there. Maybe some of you did. Maybe some of you said, come on over here, we'll have a good time. Knowing the danger that's there. Come on, let's have a good time. Knowing that somebody there has a gun that could be pointed at anybody there, a weapon. Come on over here, we'll have a good time. Knowing he's pointed at and waved it around at least twice before from his property. Come on over here, we'll have a good time. Are you that kind of a person? Would you invite people over there? Would you knowingly tell them, yeah, go ahead. It's okay. Whew. I wouldn't want that on my conscience. No, I wouldn't. The next time you go on attack, you better search your conscience a little bit. You better search about who's in the wrong and who has done the right thing. I'm beginning to wonder how many people know the right thing and do it the right way. You see, the right way is the way you should be looking at. Now, I'm happy that this person, Mr. Cook, is going to be scrutinized and looked at by the law. That's the right thing by the law to do, and it was the right thing for Otter Creek. The wrongs that were done were not done by me because I brought up somebody's past. I guess I should have made this video yesterday and forgot all about the rest of it. But then I'd have got attacked anyway. I'll get attacked on this video. Because I feel the way about how a parent should react and how a parent should keep their child safe. Yeah. Is it forgivable? Don't ask me to forgive him. That's the Lord's job. He can make, he can judge him and forgive him if he wishes. I know how I would have acted in his place. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have got in that place. And I wouldn't have been the one to tell him to go there. You got to be kidding me. Who in the world told him it was okay to go over there? I ask you. Search your conscience before you start throwing rocks at me. Search your conscience before you throw rocks at other people. Was it a real situation over there, a danger? I believe it was. You know, I've always stuck up for the Hales for going after these people because those people have some issues that need to be taken care of. But I don't approve of haranguing people till you make them so scared they're going to react in a way that we don't want them to react. We want them to be taken care of in the manner that they should be. There's a mental issue up there, and there's a legal issue. Both of them are present, I believe. And if the good Lord's willing, it's going to happen. Who's going to be next on the list? Once those people are taken care of, you know there's a list, right? Somebody else is coming up next on that list. Yeah? Oh, well. You know, I don't want to say more today because I am thoroughly disgusted with those people that would stand behind somebody that would put their family in danger, purposely put them in there, knowing what the background was. And don't tell me he didn't know. No, don't do that. The smile is out of frustration, not because I think that anything else was right about this whole thing, because there was nothing right about it. And for that woman who tried to shame me over what I said, you better look into yourself. Lady, you have a problem. And with that, I'm out of here.